Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Super Barley Brothers podcast, where four middle-aged fathers discuss a range of nerdy things, including craft beer, video games, comics, movies, tech, and so forth. We hope you enjoy the show.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We have no affiliation with any companies, individuals, or properties mentioned herein. Any trademarks or copyrights utilized belongs to those entities that it is associated with.
Good evening, good morning. I'm trying to act like Ian does his intro. This is the Super Barley Brothers episode 7. As you can tell, Ian is not with us, but I am. This is Scott, aka Flip42, and I'm going on about 4 hours sleep tonight.
Why don't you tell us why?
I have a new baby Barley that arrived on this planet earlier this week.
Funny.
So, he's a beast.
How many days old is he now currently?
4 days.
Sounds about right.
I was born Tuesday, so yeah, do the math. I'm not conscious enough to be counting days of the week and knowing which day's what. So introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
All right, I am John, at Phoenix42. I have no big news like that, although I guess in the sense I've become an uncle, and then with my brother having his son, I have become, or his daughter. Wow, even I'm really awake. I am an uncle in that regard as well. So that is where I am at.
Hi, I'm Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
At JD_Shep, SHEP. I have no little new minions running around just yet, although I guess I am an uncle to the aforementioned brother's daughter. Yeah.
And also for the new little barley.
Yeah. Speaking of barley, I'm trying out Guinness Black Lager, cold brewed with roasted barley.
Scott, what are you enjoying?
So I'm enjoying the flavor of blue cherry Gatorade right now. But earlier for dinner tonight, I did have a local brewery out here in the McKinney, Texas area named Franconia, and had their really new and recent release of their double IPA. Yeah, say what you will. I'm a big... At first I wasn't too keen on IPAs. I just thought they would, like they do, wreck your palate, and it was a little bit too strong for me. But as I started tasting more and more, I started realizing that it's just nothing different than that and grapefruit juice. So...
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's probably got to be the worst analogy I've heard.
I know. Again,
it's like grapefruit juice.
it does. I mean, the
Well,
hop
okay.
does have a huge citrus taste to
Well.
it that will definitely.
Yeah.
It
There's
will.
also
It will.
creamy, and there's other flavors that
Right.
go well.
It wakes your taste buds up, and that's exactly what I think it does. A lot of people say it will ruin your palate, which I could think it does, depending on the strength. I'm really curious. John was gracious enough to, while I was doing the dad thing yesterday, he ran by a beer store for me that's right near us and picked up not only that Franconia double IPA, but he also did pick me up a couple bottles of Stone Enjoy by July 4th, actually, which, John, I'm going to assume you're going to bring one of those bottles down to your fireworks show.
Oh yeah, we'll be taking one down to the Austin
Smart
area.
move. And then the one that I'm curious about that I was talking to my brother about earlier today that he said that I need to be careful with it was the Founder's Devil Dancer, which is a triple IPA. And I've never gone above a double IPA, especially an Imperial double IPA, so I'm really curious about what the strength and the flavor is going to be on this triple IPA.
It's got to be phenomenal.
Yeah, I see the 13% is going to be phenomenal too. I almost was going to open that up until I realized what time we were going to be recording tonight, and then I was like, no, I have to be conscious in case my son does wake up and needs anything or whatever, and I'm going to be tripping over anything and everything. So But the double IPA is fantastic. Not as strong as I was anticipating. It was very smooth. Um, Not as acidic as I thought it would be, but it's got a very... The thing about IPAs that I love is no matter what time of year it is, whenever you drink it, it is very refreshing. And that's what I get most out of IPAs than I do with the Imperial Stouts that I prefer, which is kind of weird for me that when anybody ever talks to me, they always go, well, what's your two go-tos? And I say, well, either an IPA or an Imperial Stout or a barrel-aged stout. And they're just like, you're talking about two ends of the spectrum right there. You're going from the citrusy of citrus alcoholic beverages to the darkest and licorice and chocolate goodness. It just doesn't make sense, but I guess that's my taste buds.
Why not?
Yeah.
Everybody's got a different palate.
Exactly. So, what do you got, John?
I am enjoying a Crunkle Sam.
Mmm. You got one.
I decided to bust out the barley wine tonight.
Nice.
Pick this
You're
one
gonna
up.
be sleeping well.
Clown Shoes. This one comes in at... it does not indicate. I think it's a 13.
It is.
It's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's got the Citra hops in it. Or no, sorry, the Chinooks. So yeah, this one's phenomenal. Oh no, sorry, there it is. It's 11% ABV.
Yeah.
Here's the beautiful color that comes off of it.
Yeah, Jerry, have you ever had a barley wine before?
I want to say I have. I don't remember what. But
Very
that was
fruity flavor. If you can.
Fruity? No, this is very malt forward. There's no fruit to a barley wine.
I guess I'm thinking it's Tucaba then.
I don't know.
Now
what it tastes like.
you'll get some different flavors that come through, but I wouldn't necessarily call it fruity.
I almost relate it to a farmhouse ale, I guess, just to me because of how.
That would be more sour.
All right, sour, fruity.
That's what you're thinking. Well,
I guess the type of candy that I like too, my sour punch and everything like that I like to eat, that's fruity and sour at the same time.
yeah.
Pair them with it.
I can kind of see where you'd be.
I know I'm weird.
Now, see, I mean, you might get maybe some malty flavors, like some chocolate malt coming off of Sukaba, but I don't know that you.
See, I get more of a wine, and I get it because that's part of the name is a barley wine.
Well, it's just like a barley tea. This just happens to be higher in the alcoholic content that comes through.
I got to ask you, by the way, too, because I've been getting mixed reviews about this. You did drink your wine barrel Noir from Prairie Ales, right?
Yeah, I did.
I've heard that it starts out good, but man, by the time you finish it, it gets really, really dry from the wine.
The tannin part kind of comes through there.
So what did you think about that? I mean, was that something that you liked, or was it just too much to be able to finish?
Well, no, I definitely had a second one.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for the fact that it was $8 a bottle, I'd go buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
But especially for a 12-ounce, that's too much. But it's good. I mean, it's really enjoyable. I kind of like the tart bite that comes off the back end of it.
Okay. Because I did notice that Lakewood did an experimental on their hop trap. They combined it with a Chardonnay, which I kind of found that would be a little bit too dry for me because, I mean, I guess I go as dry as they get. I hate Chardonnay. I hate anything light. I like a robust, full-flavored, bodied wine. And I know that we're not a wine connoisseur podcast, but they're alcoholic beverages. Right, it really doesn't matter. And like we're talking about, you could barrel it with beer, and then there you go.
We're going to be the Super Grape Brothers shortly.
Right. But no, I just was really curious about how dry that would be when you're combining an IPA like that with a wine. I mean, you got to have cotton mouth after you drink that, just because you'd have to have a bottle of water next to you, in my opinion. I don't know. I wish I could have tried it. It'd have been interesting to.
I wouldn't be surprised if we still got some left.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, you should swing by there if you get an opportunity.
And that's beer talk. So
that is beer talk. We got to that kind of early, didn't we?
Yeah, Well, I'm not trying to move things along or anything like that. No reason to, right?
Because you're not tired or sleepy or anything.
No, not at all. Just I can't
10:30
wait
at night.
not to say I can't wait to see this, and you guys can see the bags under my eyes. This is
Oh,
awesome.
we already see them now.
And the delirious look on my eyes. I already look like I'm drunk, and I'm frankly quite sober right now.
That's a problem.
So
All right.
we're gonna move right along.
We're gonna do the news.
Yeah, we'll do news. So
Where's
I
our
kind
sound
of just yeah. Oh yeah, where's our sound effects? Who's on soundboard tonight?
Oh, hey, is there I need to find a way to see if there's a way to like upload your own, because I totally want to get the sound effect from Austin Powers where she yells out Scott.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when I
Thank
saw
you
you
for
do
that.
that on my when I saw you put that on my page, I was just like, seriously.
You were all like this.
No, I was not.
You were
I
like,
was seriously the
do it
method.
again. Yes.
I seriously was looking at my phone going,
And then you saw who it was from, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
yes, it does. It wasn't the first time that you've done that.
And it won't be the last.
So I just figured that we do this news that we give a damn about that's relative, because we are a 2-week podcast, so a lot of this is old news that people have heard about, but it matters to some of us, and I picked and prodded a couple things out of the various websites that I've ventured to, and I saw some that Jerry did. So, and John, I know kind of late to the document, but if you have anything, let us know. But I'm going to go ahead and kick this off with something that I read that was quite interesting last week, where a lot of people were complaining about Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes because you were paying $30 or $20 depending on the platform that you got it for, and you're paying for what everybody was technically calling a 2-hour demo. And I've heard both sides of the story, where the one side of the party was saying, yeah, this is bullshit, I can't believe I'm paying, Hideo Kojima and everybody at, oh God, what's his developer company? Anyways, I
was
don't
drunk.
think. Yeah, no,
Konami?
I'm drunk. No, he's Fox. Shit. Anyways, everybody knows who Hideo Kojima is. He is behind the Metal Gear Solid franchise. He created the Metal Gear Solid franchise from the very beginning. And everybody was pissed off that they were like, all you're doing is giving us a teaser, and a lot of people are comparing it to the Gran Turismo prologue that they released on the PS3 before Gran Turismo 5 finally came out, I don't know, 5 or 6 years later. But he finally came out because, to revert back, so a lot of people are saying it's a demo, but then on the other side of the spectrum, everybody was saying, if you understood that it is a demo, technically, yes. If you rush through the game, you could beat it. I think somebody actually did it in less than 10 minutes. So, but they also said that there's so much openness to that. And what I mean by openness is, and not to compare it to Splinter Cell or anything like that, with your review that you did of Blacklist, which anybody that's part of the Super Brawley Brothers page, definitely go out to our blog page on WordPress. Jerry did write a very detailed and very well written review of Blacklist that I definitely would recommend to anybody questioning whether they want to play that game or not. But the one thing that you had brought up in your review of Blacklist was there's a lot of side missions. There's optional things that you can do besides just pushing through that campaign, and it kind of gives you that added gameplay feel to it, that it's not just a story that you have to play through. And a lot of people were defending Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes for that, and I wish Ian was on, because I'd really like to get his feedback, because he did buy it and he did play it. But there's supposedly a lot of side missions that you can do in this quote-unquote demo. Some people have put in close to 20 to 30 hours on this game to get 100% completion. And to me, if you are a true Metal Gear Solid fan, then that is worth the price of admission to me, because, again, you're paying half the price as what you'd pay for some of these $60 games, and I hate to admit it, but I did spend $60 on Aliens Colonial Marines, which I beat the campaign of that in 5 hours. So he does justify it. But to get to my point, so he came out finally after all this, backlash going back and forth for the past few months ever since it got released, and he said, prepare yourselves for the phantom pain, because this game alone is going to be 200 times bigger than Ground Zeroes. And I'm really curious because I want to know what the size of the map was for Ground Zeroes, and we'll have to, put a pin in this and I'll try to remind myself when we record next to get Ian's feedback on this, because I want to know how big that map was when he played that game. I didn't know if you guys had any thoughts on this or if you knew anything about this. I hope they show this at E3. I'm sure they might show a teaser for it. It is a huge anticipated game for us gamers, especially that have loved this genre for going on, I think, 20-something years. So I don't know if you guys ever played any of them.
I didn't know.
No, it's on my wish list, but I've never picked them up.
So Jerry, I would highly recommend, and once I don't even know if I'll probably end up starting anytime soon. I might while I'm on leave, but I do have the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection that came out on the PS3. That does include every single Metal Gear Solid game that you could play on the PS3, all the way dating back to the NES.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I've actually got on my Amazon wish list. And
I played through 2. I played through half of 3. The one thing that I have to warn you about, though, Jerry, is it is all about stealth tactics. You do have the option, just like in Splinter Cell, to go gun crazy and just be Rambo, but the stealth tactics is really where it's at, where you could actually sneak up on somebody, and they actually use a really cool, like early on when Metal Gear Solid 2, the one thing that truly amazed me by a new innovation in gameplay was you had to find the tripwire, whatever you want to call it, the laser lights that would trip the alarm. And the only way that you could do that, because you didn't have any supplies on you, was you had to smoke a cigarette, and you had to blow the smoke from the tobacco to find out where the lasers were to sneak around. And I just thought that was a cool concept. I was like, and actually when you started smoking, your health would go down. So it's like a pro and a con. It's like, I'm using this to get by the security alarm so I don't trip it and the guards come after me, but my health is actually deteriorating over time as I keep smoking my cigarettes. So,
it's just one of those things you got to watch out for, right?
Oh yeah,
they should have got the ultralight, double filtered ones. The roll your own.
There you go, the non-filter. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I have not picked up Ground Zeroes. It has been tempting me for a while, but I don't think I'll pull the trigger until I see a price drop at least 50%. I will pay $20 for it. I know it's $10 more, but I'm just like, I got too much crap to play right now, anyways.
No, you don't say.
Hey, I got plenty of time to try to knock that out, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
There, that's for you. Yeah,
I got the first month will be tough, but the next 2 months after that, while I'll be on leave, will be pretty lax, I think.
Screw you.
See. Not trying to brag. Jerry, I saw you posted this next one, so talk about this, because I am as excited as you are.
Well, yeah, so Lego Batman 3 Beyond, the trailer was hilarious. The voiceover that Batman was doing, and I mean, that's good. So, I mean, the franchise has been doing really well. I've jumped around between the Lego games, and just let me know if I'm doing something wrong, but one of my things...
Oh my god, you're doing something wrong.
Shut up. One of my complaints, I guess you would say, on the Lego game is that, you collect all the pieces that have fallen, the coins or whatever. Number one, is there really a point that is a game changer to going through collecting these, and so I can just skip over it? Or do I have to sit there and try to collect every single one, which, God, takes, 20 minutes.
Collect them all, it's worth it.
Well, I'll tell you this, and this is dating back to when I first started playing Lego games since they did Lego Star Wars. The whole point of these studs to get the true superhero or true Jedi is what they called it in Star Wars, or I forgot what they call it in Lego Marvel, is when you get that 100% for collecting the minimum amount of studs required for that specific level, you get a gold brick. All these bricks that you get playing through the story are optional, but unlock things that you don't have access to. I'm going to tell you right now, the main point and selling point of any Lego game by TT Games or whatever developer studio it is to make you addicted to collecting things. And I don't know, like, I can compare this to one other game that I actually spent the time and got the Platinum Trophy on, and that is Assassin's Creed 2. Did I have to collect all the flags? Did I have to go out and buy all the artwork? No. But I wanted to because I just want to see if anything would happen. In these Lego games, if you do collect every single gold brick or every single red brick, the red bricks give you kind of like cheats enabled, so you can have like invulnerability, big head mode, stuff like that, whatever. Gold bricks will unlock pretty much an Easter egg room. Now, what that is, I have no idea. I never did it. The only one that I did the 100% completion on was Lego Star Wars, and that just unlocked this disco room where a bunch of Star Wars characters were dancing. I know one of our members in the Super Barley Brothers, Zach, he did 100% complete Lego Marvel, so I don't know exactly what that gold room led to. But you have to collect, in that game, 250 gold bricks. The whole point of this is they want you to come back and they want you to keep replaying the same level over and over and over again and use the characters that you unlock to get to the special areas. So it's like Legos. You got to collect them. I mean, you collect the pieces to build things, and that's exactly what you're doing in the game. You're a collector.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you don't have to.
Well, no. I mean, I've got some of them. I've got the Marvel one. I've got the first two Batman, and I think I've got like a Lord of the Rings one I need to do. So yeah, I'll do that. And real quick, and then we can move on to the next piece. I just wanted to go out there and what is this about? And they've actually released a game overview on the Lego video game site. Let's see. The Cape Crusader joins forces with the superheroes of the DC Comics universe, blasts off in outer space to stop evil Brainiac.
Mm-hmm.
Using the power of the Lantern Rings, Brainiac shrinks worlds to add his twisted collection of miniature cities from across the universe. So we're going to be in space. We're going to be traveling to different Lantern worlds, and there's going to be some new physics with the zero-G added into it and everything like that. And like I said, that's another good thing with the Lego games that I've seen so far. They're pretty entertaining and humorous. So I do like that about that.
And that's the reason why I played them too. At first, it was I wanted to collect everything. I wanted to see the comedy because, John, if you remember, the Lego, and I don't know how far back you have played Lego games, Jerry, but Lego games used to have no dialogue, and the whole comedy was hearing them talk like Sims. They had their own made-up language. And
John, can you do that again?
Hilarious. Yeah, go ahead, John.
One more time, just for those that didn't hear.
Just one more time. Okay, one more time. Ready?
If you can find a cheap copy of Lego Star Wars, I highly suggest.
I think I have it. I mean, I don't want to pull up Steam because God knows it'll start downloading stuff and my bandwidth will go away. But I've got those that I mentioned, but I think I have one or two where they talk like John. So,
yeah. And that's the thing is their next new thing that they're trying to get more people to buy these games is they're totally hiring voice actors now. And what they've done that's been really unique, and I actually played the demo for this today, is I don't know if you've even touched. Did you say that you did get Lego Lord of the Rings?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think there was a Steam deal or something I got it with.
Okay. So Lego Lord of the Rings and the demo that I played today with my son Brendan, who's 5, Lego The Hobbit, is they completely took the voice acting from the movies and put it into the game, which has never been done on any other Lego game. And while I say it's really neat because, I mean, these movies are movies that my son, I'm not comfortable with him watching due to the graphic nature of these movies and being PG-13 and the violence of these orcs getting cut up and everything. I just don't feel comfortable showing my son that, but he could play these Lego games, and all he's seeing is these quote-unquote monsters just exploding into Lego pieces. So it's really neat that he's actually able to hear the dialogue of the same movie that I'm able to watch and also have that same entertainment that I'm getting from watching the movie itself. Very high-end, and I mean, I played it on the PS4, but I'm sure it looks the same on the PS3. Lego games have truly redefined itself over the years from what they used to look like. And granted, they looked fantastic for the years that they came out in, but just over the years, and even Lego Batman 2. Now, Jerry, did you beat it? All right, I won't tell you the end. I'll stop. Because there's one thing that ticks me off about the end of that I'm not going to tell you then, that I'm actually happy that they're doing in Lego Batman 3 to not try to spoil anything. But I'm glad that they're doing Lego Batman 3 because this will hold us over because, and I forgot to put this on the Google Hangout, but it was announced this week that Batman Arkham Knight is pushed to 2015.
And like I mentioned on www.facebook.com/group/SuperBarleyBros, BROS, like I mentioned there, where you can join the conversation, is that my wallet is very happy about that.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, the thing is, you know, on that game and on like stuff from Ubisoft, I really want to support them out the gate. And I know we talk about this a lot, you know, supporting developers and everything like that. But those are the games that I know I'm going to love. And I probably would have bought Batman out the gate and fallen behind on college or something like that. But
school can wait for later.
No, I need to finish it so I can stop having that excuse. Because I still haven't. I haven't even purchased Assassin's Creed 4 yet. I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on Watch Dogs. We'll get to that here in a bit. But you know, Ubisoft and the Batman games, it's awesome, and I'm glad they are. You know, they get it out there to get us pumped up. And of course, this, you know, on some of the podcasts that I listen to, and I think Scott and John, you listen to some of the same ones, they go back and forth with this whole, you know, is it a good idea to announce that early and then all of a sudden delay it? Inevitably, Watch Dogs was a big delayed one. You know, that was on E3 like twice, 2 years in a row or something like that. And quite honestly, I'd rather it be delayed than rushed and we get crap. And then we're pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad that Batman and Rocksteady are delaying it.
Here's my only dilemma, and it's really not a dilemma. Like you said, I could wait too. I mean, I still haven't beaten Arkham City, and yeah, well,
dude,
I know.
Wait, there was a
don't worry about that. You don't have to tell me. You do not have to tell me twice. I beat Origins. I've beaten Asylum. I know I need to beat City.
Dude, and
but
you
here's
got to
my
get
worry.
the DLC. You got to get the Harley DLC.
And I do have that on the Steam version that I did buy because
right.
I got the complete. Yep. So my only dilemma, and we can get into a little discussion about this because I mean I don't know. I think we're all in the same boat where it's like we can wait. We're adults. We have a busy
old.
schedule.
We got kids.
We have time. However, there was a good discussion that was brought up earlier this week about E3 and all these trailers that are already leaking, kind of like, and I forgot who it was, but there was a person in our group that brought up a perfect comparison that I have to use what he said because after I read what he said, I was like, holy shit, you nailed it. That is exactly what E3 is. E3
Are we talking
is
about Patter or Chris?
No. I think Chris, it was the one that talked about E3 is nothing but Super Bowl commercials. They get leaked before the event.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And all it is a teaser to just get you to want it. Just like the movie trailers that we see at Super Bowl, just like all these funny commercials that we laugh about at the water cooler the next day. It's something to talk about. It's something to just bring it up. Here's my problem with that, though. I get it that you have to push out your product, you have to get investors interested, you have to get the gamers interested in what you're going to be pushing out and showing. My problem, though, is if you're going to give us a release date, either give it to us and stick by it. And here's what I compare this to. You never hear a movie director saying, this is the release date. And then they say, nope, wait, we're going to push this out. We got to wait about 6 months. I mean, they've already announced the release date for the next Batman-Superman movie, and you know they're going to stick by it. They've already announced Age of Ultron for Avengers 2. It's because they have deadlines to meet. And I get it. It's a totally different business where you're talking about actors and you could time management and you could film and you could edit and you could hire all these people, and you never can know what you're going to get whenever you're programming for a game, the bug fixes, the time that it takes to do that. I understand that, but it's like, then don't tell us, because you're getting those people's hopes up. And I'm going to ask you all flat out, both of you, what game this year is coming out that you're actually interested in?
Well, let's back up real quick to the Super Bowl commercial concept that was discussed on Facebook.com/group/SuperBarleyBros.
Man, this marketing, you're doing beautiful tonight, Jerry.
I'm spamming out there.
Hey, do it.
Now I forget what I was going to say. So, but you know, it is the movie industry and the gaming industry is different, right? Because typically a movie actor has, as soon as they're done, they move on. They're already signed up for the next thing with a start date and everything like that. Whereas I'm going to assume voice acting might have a little bit more flexibility. Right, the game studios post-production, is going to have a little bit more flexibility, in that arena. I'm not an expert in either industry; those are assumptions. But let's go back. The video game industry is, I think, more tied to the internet than a movie or TV industry, because there's a lot of stuff, like the whole, I was watching a recap from last year's E3, the whole thing with Always Online with Xbox One. Mm-hmm. That blew up the internet, and eventually Microsoft reverted, right? So I think that this industry is a little bit more taking in input from the internet, from their fans and everything like that, and that might be what they do. They might say Arkham Knight, here's the video, or Mortal Kombat X, here's the CGI movie clip, and they get feedback, from the actual, people like at IGN or Giant Boom or PC Gamer Mag, all these other ones, and they hear the official feedback, and then the Twitter feeds, and the Facebook posts and the Reddits and all of that. I'm wondering if they're taking that input in, and they're like, hey, we introduced the Batmobile. People are effing stoked about this. We can't screw this up, because that was one of the things that they actually mentioned why Arkham Knight was delayed, was the Batmobile. Hold on
a minute real quick.
Yeah.
Did you just say effing?
Sorry.
Fucking.
Apologies.
Did you see that trailer?
Which one?
The new one. Okay, so when they announced the delay that they're pushing out to 2015, they said, hey, here's something to wet your whistle. Some Batmobile.
Glad you prefaced it at that whistle.
No I didn't want to say.
Yeah, okay. We're explicit. We're not that explicit.
Right. But like you just said.
Yes, we are.
They said, yes, we're pushing this game out to 2015. But here's a little bit of a teaser to let you soak this in of the Batmobile gameplay. And did you see that?
No, I haven't. I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, look that up. So I agree with you. But here's again, with that Mortal Kombat 10 trailer, did they say anything about a release date in that trailer?
No, not yet.
It was a teaser, just like you see teasers for Super Bowl Sunday or whatever, that you'll see a trailer for like we saw this year. We saw it for Transformers 4. I'm trying to think of what else, but they didn't have a release date yet. They said yet to be released or yet to be announced for the release date. All they said was, here's the fucking movie. Get hype. Get hyped. And that's what it's supposed to do. Now, you could get hype without telling us this is going to come 2014. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to double that hype. You're going to get everybody. Look what I mean. This is where I got a little bit pissed off, and one of our community members, Patter, likes to push my buttons, and the deliriousness in me, I'll push back sometimes if I'm a little bit sleep deprived or whatever. But so Watch Dogs was first shown in 2012, and it looked incredible. And I know that we're going off on a rant here, and I'm talking about what I've been playing, but I'll get this out of the way. So what we saw in 2012 blew my mind, as well as everybody else that's on this podcast right now, is what we saw. It was incredible. Yeah, we looked at that and go, holy shit, this is actually gameplay? This is incredible. And, again, being the, I guess, somewhat intelligent person, I knew that wasn't running on a fucking console. I knew it was running on a PC, just like when I went to QuakeCon last year and I played a build of Wolfenstein: The New Order. It was on a PC build. It was not on a console yet, because that's where the programming is done. It is not done through the fucking console. Everybody should know that. I don't care how beautiful a game looks, but here was my problem. Now, I got the game on the PS4, and I plugged it in, or downloaded it, or whatever, and I started playing it. And yes, the first thing I noticed was, it looks great, but it doesn't really look as good, in my opinion, as that 2012. Now, is that a problem to me? Fuck no. The game is a blast. And that's what I have a problem with. And no offense to John, because I know you're the predominant PC gamer, but everybody's talking about PC Master Race. It's because everybody has to dumb the fucking console version down. You're going to fuck over the PC people, and they're not going to be able to play the game at its true potential. And I say, who gives a shit? Because here's what it should matter. How does the game play? Not how does the game look. If you're enjoying the game, I've been playing Pixel Junk Shooter and having a fucking blast with that. And that's like 16-bit graphics. But it's a blast to play. It is so much fun. And that's where I have in my own personal gaming life is, if a game is fun, I'll play it. I don't really give a shit. Yes, graphics do mean something to me. And that's what got me so pissed off about everybody saying, oh, Xbox One can't put games out in 1080p, but PS4 can. And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I got a PS4. I didn't get an Xbox One, but that wasn't my reason. I didn't say, oh, the resolution's better. Oh, this can do 60 frames a second. This can only do 30. I don't have the eyesight that I could be able to tell that. I guess I'm not.
No, you really don't, do you?
I know. I guess I don't. But it should all be. I know we got totally off track, but the whole point of what I'm trying to get at is, if you're going to tease a game, tease it.
Scott's grumpy.
Don't get our hopes up and tell us that this is going to happen when you don't. That's what producers are for. You have game producers just like you have movie producers. They all have timelines. If you don't have your timeline set in stone, you don't announce a fucking release date.
Wait, what?
So a couple things.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to touch on. So to the conversation on the page, I think he mentioned part of the, and I'm with you. Graphic wise, I'm predominantly on PC, but I need to upgrade my computer. I'd like to run it at a higher resolution, the ultra settings or whatever, but I'm not there yet. And so I can kind of see people that, dump that kind of money into their PCs and, have a $1,500 rig or whatever, not including monitors. I can understand their frustration, but at the same time, you got to look at it, what's the percentage of PC gamers versus console. Now, with Steam, that's, of course, I think gone up. I don't have the stats with me, but I think PC gaming has gone up because of Steam. And other, like Uplay and Origin and everything like that. So I can start to see that. What I was actually surprised about, going back to E3 when Watch Dogs was introduced and whatnot, I might be wrong, so correct me if I am wrong, but they were talking about this as next gen. And so us console gamers next gen, now the 360 and the PS3, they look phenomenal. Even the latest games prior to next gen coming out, in my opinion, on my 61-inch screen, looked awesome. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Was there some texture stuff going on some of the loadouts when I loaded in Gears of War 3 and, that first level pops in? Was there a 2-second, kind of delay with the texture popping in? Yeah, sometimes. Did it bother me? No. When the big thing with Grand Theft Auto 5, that was another one. The whole PC versus console, and it was a 2-second delay or whatever. Did that affect your gameplay, like you mentioned, Scott? Hell no, it didn't affect it.
You mean PS4 versus? I mean, not PS4, but PS3 versus Xbox 360 because.
Oh yeah, whatever. And that's the thing.
I hate these comparison videos. I respect all these gaming sites, but all they're doing is putting fuel in the fire to fucking pisses me off when they're like, let's do a video comparison of what these games look like. Who the fuck cares? Like I tell Patter and everybody else, be happy that everybody's being able to experience these games, and it's not limited to one console or one PC or whatever. Everybody is being able to experience this story, this game. Be happy for that. Who the fuck cares what it looks like on one to the other? It just causes everybody to bitch, and I hate it. Yes, everybody calls me a fanboy, but this really pisses me off because I'm like, if you're going to find something to argue about, find something legitimate to argue about. What I used to argue about with the Xbox 360 was having to pay for fucking gold to use Netflix. That's a problem I see that is personal. That is an issue that I see that is relevant. Not, oh, this game has a couple frames per second faster than this one, and this one, look, you can see the hair marks on his chin a little bit clearer than you can on this. I don't care. How is that taken away from the gameplay experience in the story? It's the same fucking dialogue. It's the same fucking roads.
I just thought of the episode name. Scott Rants.
Oh my god. No, I know, and I've been
not drunk, just deprived.
It's not that, but I feel like I could have a voice without it. I'm just joking.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Calling Ian out right now.
No kidding. He's gonna enjoy hearing that one.
Oh yeah, I know that.
His comment on this video posting is gonna be like extra long. He's just gonna sit there and like anything he would have said, he's just gonna write it down in the comment section.
I know.
And part of that is, I was actually shocked when Watch Dogs was released on PS3 and 360, just because of what they said earlier. Again, but it goes back to, I haven't gotten a next-gen console. Well, of course, I haven't played my current-gen consoles in a long time, just convenience or whatever. But, but I'm with you. I couldn't care less. My thing is, when it comes to graphics, is it smooth, or does it make my computer lock up, right?
Or does it work, right? Yeah, so perfect.
That's different. If I've got my graphics set too high because of the limitation of my graphics card, and if I dumb it down and then it runs smooth, then I'm fine with it, right?
Yeah. So perfect example to segue into our next bullet point real quick as we're trucking along here. Battlefield 4, in my opinion, should have been delayed. And John, you'll agree with me on that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of issues that we've had.
They're finally addressing that. After it's been out for what, 7 months? The one thing that they've added on the new patch, John, I don't know how recent you've been on it, but they finally allowed you to have your own group. Like you could actually start a group room before you join a server. I know. I don't know what it's called technically. To everybody that's listening on the audio, I'm doing my quotations that I like to do a lot. My rabbit ears. But yeah, John, they finally added what they call squad is what it's called. But you can actually invite somebody before you start looking for a damn server. It's about time. And they've addressed a lot. And so anyways, to segue into this, Battlefield Hardline has been announced. But the developer said that they will continue to support BF4 and make sure that it works the way it's supposed to, just like when it fucking comes out. It's EA for you, I mean, whatever, but so this new Battlefield game...
Isn't EA the spawn of Satan? Isn't that what I've heard?
A lot of people say, and that's another thing I just can't get by, is how EA can be voted the worst possible company in the world. Do these people that vote for these online polls not realize all the other corporate corporations that are in this world that are so much worse than EA just because EA fucks up their games?
Probably not.
I mean, really?
Well,
Is that
that's
how
all
we're going
that
to
matters.
vote? Exactly. Our fake,
Sweatshops in a third world country does not matter, but damn it, I want my game to run right.
better
Hashtag
fucking-
first world problems.
Bingo. So I don't know if you guys got to see this trailer or not. A couple things that I noticed is it looks to be police driven. You get to ride on police cars, motorcycles, stuff like that. So it's a lot not military, in my opinion. So I'm wondering if they're going to be doing like a cops versus robbers type feel in some of their game modes.
APB was like that, and APB failed immensely.
Absolutely. It looks beautiful though. I mean, it's Battlefield. It's at Frostbite engine. Thank you, brain.
Thank you,
So
brain.
it looked, yeah, destructible environments. I mean, I don't know, Jerry. Please tell me you did pick up Battlefield 3 for free when it was on the house. For
Already
Origin?
had it.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, that was
I don't know
kind
if
of
you ever played it or checked it out
Not yet.
when it actually finally works, because that was another game that came out with a shitload of issues. So, anyways, Battlefield Hardline looks interesting, and I don't really care about this next one. We can skip it just real quick. Square Enix said that they're, and I know Jerry, you played Absolution. I still haven't beaten that. That's another one on my list I need to beat. But no Hitman announcement's going to be happening this year at E3, but they are working on one, and Square Enix did put out some concept art. Of course, it's just art renderings of different environments that we're going to see in the game. It's nothing to do with gameplay or anything like that. I like concept art. It looks cool. It's usually an unlockable feature in a game. It's neat to look at and stuff like that, but...
Well,
I don't
on Hitman, I'm going to make you talk about it a little bit. Or, no, I'm not going to make
No,
you.
go ahead. I've been
But
talking.
no, Absolution.
John needs to talk more.
Absolution, I loved. That was my first game. Just like Tomb Raider, the reboot was my first game for that franchise. Both of those games made me go back on Steam and basically purchase all of them, you know, at like $3, $5 a pop, whatever they were. So I've got all the Hitman and all the Tomb Raiders. I need to go back and play that. But Hitman Absolution was a ton of fun. So I'm looking forward to this one. Will I buy it straight out of the gate? I'm not sure. Probably not, but I will still buy it. So yeah, delayed. I don't care. It's delayed. My heart wasn't shattered. But real quick, going back to the on the house thing, just to let everybody know, Plants vs Zombies Game of the Year edition is free, currently on Origin. Okay, and that's it for that.
Reminder. Yeah, I don't know if you ever played Plants vs Zombies. It's just a.
Oh, that's a perfect segue. Look at that. PlayStation, Scott. Plants vs Zombies coming. I'll let you go. Go.
So,
too late.
if you guys have listened to previous episodes of our podcast, Ian had talked about Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare and how he loved it on the Xbox One. And I told him, and I was just jabbing at him, saying, hey, it's coming to the PC too, and I can play it on that, so it's not actually an exclusive. Well, it's actually not going to be an exclusive now. It's coming to PS4 in August with the microtransactions that they just released as well. So you pay for the game, but you also pay if you want to get more abilities, unlocks, whatever shit. I want to check it out because it does look like fun. It looks like a kind of like a Team Fortress 2, but not as violent, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's not. It's guns, but it's like pea shooters. So if you ever play Plants vs Zombies, you know you're a gardener and you have to use the sun to pretty much defend yourself from the zombies getting into your house. So it's a tower defense type game, but this is actually kind of like that, but you capture waypoints, and you have to keep the waypoint while one team's zombies and the other team's plants. Don't know much about it. It looked cute. I watched Ian play it a little bit. It's something that I think Brendan would like.
It looked cute.
Yeah, for my son.
Okay.
What's wrong with the cute?
I just wanted to make sure.
Well, it starts with a C, has a UT, and ends with an E. Yeah, that pretty much explains everything that's wrong with it.
You're looking cute tonight, Jerry.
Do what?
You're looking cute tonight.
Oh, good lord.
You're about to have a bloody nose. I'm going to drive over there and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
leave it up recording. I'll just switch to my phone. That way we have a good show. I come in there and
interactive.
yeah.
I like
All
this
right.
idea.
So I'm going to just move right along on these because I'm the only one, of course, that has a PS4. So one game that's actually on Steam, too, so both of you guys can actually download this, and I can play you on my PS4 because it is connected through PC and console version for this game. Yes.
Whoa.
And it's free to play.
What?
Yeah. So this game's
Tell
called...
me more.
Oh, my God.
Please don't break out into Greece.
Dude, I've been watching, actually, Home Shopping Network and stuff, so you sound
Oh, God.
fuckers on there.
It
Tell me
slices,
more.
it dices. And if you order now,
It's the Vitamix. It will grind up anything.
Oh,
All right, anyways.
does it blend?
Does it blend? Exactly.
It always blends.
So War Thunder is out on PS4. If you're listening to this podcast, it came out this past Tuesday.
Well, back
it
to
is
War Thunder.
So War Thunder is an aerial combat dogfighting game that it uses old-fashioned planes from back in like the 50s and 60s, post World War II. But you got your bombers and stuff. There is, all right, I don't know how you want to call it this, but there is the option to buy planes if you want to. You do not have to. You can unlock everything in this game without having to spend a dime.
It's payware.
It is payware if you don't want to put in the time to unlock the things. You could say, here's $20, I want to jump up, and this is what it would take to play 10, 15 hours. I don't have that time, but I want to get this cool-looking jet. It looks badass. So
Yeah, I've got a coworker that I've actually recently found out was a gamer, and he's also ex-aviator as well. And he says that War Thunder is it has the option to be ultra realistic as far as the flight control. Like if you're talking about a plane that does better, weaving in and out versus a plane that actually stalls in a bomb or something, dive bomb or something like that. They said that it is ultra realistic in that regards, and he actually does play with a joystick with that game.
That's the only way to play one of those games.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I used to play. This was way back in the day.
What, Ace Combat?
No, even farther back than that.
What, MiG-29? That was on the 386.
No, this is old PC.
Are we talking like a 386 PC?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
386. It was a game. It was a game called Luftwaffe. And
there's a game out right now called Luftwaffe.
It was loaded on on a 3.5 hard floppy, and I remember having to get the code book from Dad because that's how they beat piracy. Is you had to have the code book.
Absolutely.
So you had to turn to page X and go down to the 5th paragraph and look for the 17th word.
That's right. Oh man,
What the heck?
Dude, there was a game.
That's how piracy was beat back in the day with a book.
Jerry, there was a
What
game.
is this book?
There was a game that I had that was an Indianapolis 500 game, and this was on a 386 as well. To play the game, it actually was kind of a neat way in a concept. To play the game to get the unlock code, they would ask you an Indianapolis 500 question. And this is pre-internet. So I would actually have to look in this book to find the answer, and I'm talking a book that thick.
Was it the Britannica?
Yeah, pretty much for the Indianapolis 500 history, you had to find the answer and type it in, and you would either get to play or they would not let you play. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I've heard nothing but I've downloaded it, I've installed it, I have yet to try it, but I've heard it like you just said, Jerry, if you want that true ultra-realistic flight simulator with dogfighting mechanics, the trailers that I saw for it looked awesome. And I've been waiting for that because Crimson Skies on the Xbox was one of my favorite games, and I have been dying for a good combat flight simulator.
Well, I've got it. Probably I'll start downloading it after we're done recording.
Now, I don't know if we're able to invite friends and stuff like that cross platform like PC and console, whatever. But if they have a server list, which I am assuming they should, we could definitely just let each other know what the server is that we're in and try to join, and we should be able to see each other.
That'd be cool.
So yeah. So moving right along. So yeah, that's free to anybody. PC, PS4, Sorry, Xbox One, not trying to start shit, but whatever.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm just saying, I'm only giving the news. I don't write the news.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
So the next is, real quick, this is a game I was kind of interested in that Ian had called Gears of War meets, what's that time period? Steampunk. The Order
I don't care. It looks
1886
good.
was also delayed until 2015. Hey, you're combining Gears of War with Steampunk. Is that really a bad thing?
No, not in my opinion.
Dude, it looks
haven't
incredible.
played-
And that's another game that they're saying is not going to run at 60 frames a second. It's going to run at 30 frames. But, man, when I looked at that game, I was like, I don't give a shit. As long as it runs good and it plays good. And I know it's a cover shooter. We've played them. I mean, there's nothing new about it. But the story is what I'm really interested in, which is all about that, 15th century or whatever, but like with high-tech weaponry. So
Yeah,
it looks interesting.
So this whole frames per second. What is a movie runs at what 24 right now? A
24
regular.
and a half.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
And then so Scott, you and I went to go see the first Hobbit
Yep.
when it was
And that's
60 frames per second.
No, it was like 32 or something like that.
No, 40.
Or
Whatever.
40. Yeah, it's 40 something.
48.
Right.
Whatever. It was okay. First of all, did it look freaking sweet? Hell yes.
Yeah.
But it took like 15 minutes for our eyes to freaking adjust with the mind and be able to really slow it down because it's literally moving twice as fast as what we're
Right.
used to.
But the thing about
But
that is, too, you're getting the same movie story.
Yeah.
It's the same dialogue. It's the same script. Yeah, I will admit, it did look like it. To me, I wouldn't say it was as drastic as going from standard to high definition TV, but it was a noticeable upgrade to high definition.
John
Like
vibrated.
when we go to the John's vibrator.
I am
Like when we
vibrating.
go to the IMAX theater over, like when we transition from film roll to digital, where there's no spot, like 35 millimeter to digital. That was a huge noticeable change as well. So it's like, they're nice, but I'm still seeing the same damn movie. As long as I enjoy it and it doesn't lock up on me, it doesn't freeze on me, I'm going to get the same satisfaction because I'm not there to see how... Now, the only thing I could compare that to that I'm like, okay, I am going for the special effects and how crazy shit looks is those summer blockbusters. Your Transformers, your Godzilla, your, whatever. I will go
Romantic
because I want to see
comedies.
how
Don't
badass...
forget about those.
Yeah, I was going to... Yeah, what is it,
man, I'm gonna
that
pretend
Heart
I'm
movie or
just
whatever
doing
that came out this past weekend, whatever the fuck, I don't even know. Anyways,
Sure you do.
so The Order 1886, another game delayed till 2015. I'll wait. I have no problem doing that. So, and then finally on the Sony side, PS Plus games coming in June. They are going to start a new thing where they are going to be releasing every month, and this is kind of in response to Microsoft's Games of Gold that they just announced recently, that every month now PS4 owners will get 2 free games a month. It used to be one PS4 game, one PS3 game, and a couple Vita games, or they would focus mainly on the PS3 because it was the most sold console, but now since we're transitioning, it's time to step it up and realize that we're in the next generation, or the current generation, and that you need to start giving us some stuff that we need to play on our PS4 because I still have my PS3. I didn't get rid of it, but, let's see what these new games look like if I don't want to buy them, but yet I'm paying for my subscription service. So, in June, PS3 owners will get NBA 2K14 if you're a huge basketball fan. It is the defining basketball game in this series. Kicks NBA Live's ass because, EA, fuck them. And we're also going to be
Speaking
getting...
of...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You
No, go
had
ahead.
mentioned Xbox Gold, and you had mentioned this earlier.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say everything. Go Google it yourself. But Netflix and other apps will be able to start streaming without the gold requirement in June this month.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, so there's your Xbox news with Ian not here.
I do have one other piece of Xbox news. I will be the rep, or if anybody else wants to read it, I will shoot you the link. with the June updates that are rolling out, that have already been rolling out, to let everybody know what they're going to be getting on their Xbox One. But anyways, to finish up the PS Plus games that you're going to get this month, you're already, if you go on your PS4, if you got Plus, you can get Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate, which was a game I brought up earlier. It's awesome. It's so much fun. It's just a side-scrolling shooter, but you have to use elements of lava and water to make a rock formation to navigate through this corridor. So it's got little puzzle aspect, but nothing you can't figure out. And then Trying to the complete story, which John and I started playing on the Steam PC version and never beat. But Trine 2 is beautiful looking. John, I don't even know if you remember that game. Trine, Trine.
Okay.
You remember that game, John?
I do.
Yep. We never beat it, but that is also free for PS4 owners. Like I said, PS3 you get NBA 2K14. Vita owners will get Terraria, which I'm actually interested in seeing what that looks like on the Vita.
Tiara.
Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, which I played through, and if you're a Sly Cooper fan, it's definitely worth checking out. And Mutant Mudds Deluxe, which I have no idea what the hell that is. And that is the free, quote-unquote, free games, because I know if I didn't do that, Ian would be like, those aren't permanently free. What if you cancel your Plus subscription? Well, you don't get them, so whatever. On to the Microsoft news.
I love that Ian and Scott still argue without.
Yeah, we're still arguing.
Ian doesn't even have to be here, and Scott argues with Ian.
I'm arguing with Mike.
He will argue with himself.
A couple things that
defense.
So a couple things I found out from Microsoft just before we had our troubleshooting thing with this Google Hangout was Forza Horizon 2 was announced for the Xbox One. Not a huge knowledge person in the Forza area, but from the screenshots that I saw on the IGN article, it looks pretty damn good. Especially the one shot that they said focus on the reflection in the water. Damn. And then they talked about how it's going to run in 1080p, 30 frames a second. Again, I believe all racing games run in 30 frames a second. I don't think there is one racing game that runs 60 frames, but I could be wrong, unless it's like Mario Kart or something. But anyways, that was announced. I'm sure they're going to show some stuff on that at E3. And then the June update. So one thing that I've told Ian about that I do appreciate what Microsoft has been doing since they launched the Xbox One is they've been pretty much putting out a monthly update to their UI. And they've been listening to the people that have bought the system. And again, take from it what you will, but it's just a PC. You download updates every month on your PC. Some you don't know it and they automatically install. Some you have to reboot. Of course, with every patch that is put out on the Xbox One, you do have to install and reboot, whatever. But they're actually kind of cool. The updates that are coming with this that have already been begun to roll out is you will have the capability finally to add an external hard drive. Anything from, I believe, 250 gigs up, you can now use, and you can actually name your hard drive. So I thought that was pretty neat. As well as they're going to be allowing something that the PS4 has, which is if you have your Facebook friends linked that own Xbox One, and you have them on your friends list on the Xbox One, you can see their real names if they allow you to see their real names. And you can see their profile picture or whatever, I believe, too. And like Jerry had mentioned, the paywall is going away for the free apps like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, stuff like that. And then this marks the first month for the Games with Gold for Xbox One owners, which if you're an Xbox One owner, the game with gold that you get is Max the Curse of Brotherhood, which I don't know anything about. Unfortunately, I didn't do my research. And what Jerry bought just recently, which is Halo Spartan Assault.
Woo!
That seemed
What
very.
in the heck are we doing here?
I haven't played it yet. I was actually thinking about trying to play that before this podcast, but when Ian said he wasn't going to be here, I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. Because Ian played it on a Windows 8 tablet, so.
So, and yeah, that's the thing. I really want to see what your perspective is compared to a touch screen. Because to me, it's a top-down shooter. I don't think, in my opinion, and again, they make games for anything, but I don't think a top-down shooter is ideal for a touchscreen device. I think with a mouse point and click, it would be much more.
Well, you know, Halo, I mean, we said the same thing about Halo Wars coming to the console, right? Now, we
Right.
had a whole other discussion on this. I'm not bringing that back up again. However, you know, speaking of, so porting, right? So,
Hey, you watch what you say.
huh?
Nothing.
Watch them.
Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth.
But, like, okay, so Assassin's Creed Liberation, that was a port over from, what, PS Vita?
Vita. Yep.
And I tried to pick it back up again, and because I am an Assassin's Creed fanboy. I have all the games except for 4. I gotta go get that. I've read 2 of the novels by Oliver Bodden. Go out and buy those. That's not a plug. We should get paid for these
He's
plugs.
plugging.
Except we don't have any listeners, so it really doesn't matter. But man, I'm gonna do a review on that Assassin's Creed. I know it's like, what, 5 years later or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Some of the ports I am... Huh?
I said just as long as you get it done.
Yeah. You know, some of the port overs, like, you know, that one and the Halo Spartan Assault and things like that, they can have their bugs, of course. So I am curious how this plays, and I recently got a Windows tablet, and there's a trial version.
What?
Oh yeah, I got a Asus 10.1 recently. Combination of birthday and Father's Day money.
Nice. Wait, you get money?
Well, that's the only thing.
The money turns into gifts.
That's right.
Right.
But it's got a trial version on there, the Spartan Assault. So I'm thinking about what I want to do for that review is play it all the way through on the PC and then do the trial version, and that way I can kind of compare it, you know, pros and cons between each of them, because I play with a gamepad on the PC, and then we can see how it works out with the touchscreen.
Well, that's the thing. Now Ian can actually try it on his.
That's true. He could.
He can actually do it.
Write a review.
I want his feedback because I'm really curious. Because, like I said, I just don't see touchscreen being that great on that type of gameplay. I mean, you have to.
Well, I've
Then
even
again,
played...
I don't get touchscreen games other than like Sudoku or something like that, or I don't know. I just can't get into touchscreen that much.
I've got an emulator on my Android phone, and I tried out Super Mario Brothers on their touchscreen.
How'd that go?
That didn't go very well. I'm thinking about getting one of those $20 Bluetooth controllers and trying it that way. But yeah, I mean, touchscreen, you know, like you said, unless it's like Sudoku or something like Angry Birds or Flow Free or something like that that's specifically built for a touchscreen, and you really can't play that kind of game on a different console, I can see that.
It's just funny because, and whatever, I'm going off on another thing. But, like, so my son said, and he keeps talking to me, he always wants to watch me play Minecraft because all of his friends at school are like all about that game, and they play it on the iPad, and they play it on whatever. I don't even know. Is it on Google Store, John? Is it on Android?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever. I mean, they can play it anywhere. But he keeps asking me to play it on the PC and everything like that, so I'll plug it in every now and then, and I'll show him, you know, and he'll tell me where to go and this and that, whatever. And I'm like, well, if you want to play it sometime, we should, you know, we could get on the PS3, because if I get it on the PS3 and I pay $20 for it, I'm going to get a copy of it on the Vita at no charge, and then whenever it comes to the PS4 in August, all I have to do is pay a $5 upgrade if I want to have it on the PS4. But he kept telling me, I want it on the iPad, I want it on the iPad. I'm like, well, you have to use your birthday money if you want to do that, because he still has birthday money from last year. Because I forgot about it. I know, I forgot about it, actually. But he remembered it. I was like, holy shit, yeah, you do. Whoops. But so I bought it. It was $6. But that's the thing. It's a first-person, I wouldn't call it shooter, but it's a first-person game. To me, a touchscreen game means you touch it with one finger.
Wait, is that how that works?
not all of the fingers, where it takes up the entire fucking screen and you have no idea what you're touching. We got it. I mean, he loves it. Whatever. I mean, he's getting his money's worth out of it. I don't care. But I tried it because he's like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, well, let me see real quick. I'll show you how to do the crafting table and all that. So I, built him the crafting table, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I would think that'd be cool, the inventory system to like drag and drop and this and that. But it's like, it's so weird. So anyways, I don't get putting or porting anything to a, and I know everybody's talking about that's the future, because she's going to kill me for saying this. So she's been off this week, and of course she's been on medication. That is my wife that just had our son.
Oh, is that who it is? Is that how that functions?
Well, I kept saying she, and I don't know if anybody else knows who I'm talking about, but she started playing a game this week on her phone that is not like Words with Friends or anything like that.
What?
The game called Heyday. It's like Farmville.
Oh God, no, nope, fail. She's out.
Hey, I'm happy she's playing a game. That's what makes me happy.
Can she be a guest star next week?
Yeah, let me get on that. Let me see if she'll agree to that.
She can give a review of it.
Yeah.
Be funny.
But it's that first step, so it's kind of cool because she never played. I mean, she always watched her sisters play Mario and Mario 3, and they had Zelda and all that stuff, but she actually never played. But she's actually getting quite addicted to this Heyday. It's actually kind of funny. We were up at 3 in the morning taking care of my son, and I told her she'd go back to sleep while I rocked him and burped him and everything after he ate, and I see her over there on her phone. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Go back to sleep. You got to get up in a couple hours. She's like, hold on, I gotta take care of my crops. I'm like, what the fuck are you playing? She goes, you don't need to know. To just take care of her. I'm like, oh, denial. I get it. All right.
I'm gonna go post something on Facebook.
Oh my God. She'd be like, yeah, he's talking about you on here. So, anyways, I know I totally other discussion, but whatever. It's cool. It's a podcast. That's what we do.
Yeah,
so,
but I'm gonna be that guy though, and
what's
everybody
up?
Time check. It's freaking 11:38, and so let's move this right along.
So I want John. I'll skip over Nintendo. The only thing I found about Nintendo is Mario Kart. Yeah, you are. Mario Kart 8's out.
You're talking about that later.
But something about Super Smash Brothers might be announced at E3 this week. New characters might be announced. There's been some rumors about different people, this and that. John.
Yeah.
You posted this, I think. What is this Bethesda new game?
Oh, shit.
Should it be focusing on Elder Scrolls Online?
Hang on. No, it's another one of their
to...
studios. It's
a
secondary studio.
While you bring that up, let me do my story real quick, and then we'll come back to you. Dead Rising 3, another Xbox One game, not going to be exclusive anymore, is coming to the PC. If you ever played Dead Rising 2 or anything in the Dead Rising series, it's all about crafting household items, random items into these crazy-ass weapons, and mowing down zombies, killing them. Gory, like hundreds of zombies on the screen. It's arcadey, it's fun. I might look at checking it out on the PC, but I've heard some mixed things about that game. So, John, you got your link up?
No, I'm trying to find it. It's buried in here.
It's at the bottom of that Google Doc.
Yeah, I had it in the Google Doc.
Why would I want to go and click on something quick and ezy? Damn it.
All right, I'll pull it.
It's the one you compared it to Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, it's called Battlecry. Battlecry is going to be a free-to-play, third-person, 32-player team action combat game for the PC. It plays and reads a lot like Team Fortress, but without the gunpowder.
Stop talking.
So, John, take it away.
Too late. No,
you said everything.
Exactly.
It's bloody as hell if you look at the freaking screenshots, and that's what looks awesome.
I actually watched the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, shit. I know, but still. You get the basic concept of what the game is about.
It's the Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
Is that going to be... Are we going to reference that now? From
Hell
now on?
yeah, I am. I love that reference. If that's
reference
Chris
what?
who actually said that, Super Bowl ad. That's what these teasers are. It's a Super Bowl ad.
Screw that. I don't care.
But it looks awesome.
Be quiet, Scott. John, go over the different. I'm looking at the different
Classes.
You got the
classes.
page pulled up right now? Yeah, I've got it pulled up too. So you've got the following classes. You have where'd it go? The Cossack Enforcer. Basically,
What is an enforcer?
Well, the
Shut up.
Enforcer is basically the tank. Yeah, and shut up. Let me talk, damn it. You talk too much.
Looks like a cloud sword. Go ahead. Keep reading.
More of the Sims. So you got your tank running around with a massive sword, just freaking huge. You've
see
got
that
the
there's sword Hey, hold on. You're not reading it. The sword transforms into a shield.
I'm
That's
not here to
fucking
read
awesome.
it.
That means they're
You
a
can
tank.
block with a sword, yes.
It's awesome.
Quit talking. People can go to the link. Go to our
Oh,
page.
that's
Go to
so-
our link.
What if they don't have the time? They're taking that time to listen to
Bros.
No,
And
they're
I
taking the
appreciate
time
that,
to
but
listen to this whole damn podcast. You should read this to them so they don't have to do some more reading.
No, because there's too much talking as it is already. Okay.
Go ahead. What's next?
Next, you've got your duelist. It's basically to be dual swords, backstabbing people. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cloak.
Yes, and a cloak. Quit interrupting me. Bloody hell. I am not going to read it. Not all of it. You've got your archer class.
Tech.
And- Seriously, I'm going to come to your house and beat you with a bloody stump.
Actually, it's the
Oh,
Royal
bloody stump.
Marines Archer.
John hates us.
Yes,
I
he
really
does.
do. You guys suck.
So what's a tech archer, John?
It's an archer. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's called an
Technically
archer.
speaking.
He actually has throwing daggers for closer ranged combat.
All right, you
So
guys
it's
take
not
this.
just
I'm
a
done.
Yeah, that's
No, John,
no,
come back.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Come
You guys
back.
go ahead. I'm drinking.
No, come back, John.
Take a sip. I'll go. So you got a gadgeteer.
Shut up, Scott.
No, this is awesome. I'm actually reading about this. This is pretty badass. I want to play this now.
It's about time that you read stuff.
I know, right?
Post links for
Yeah,
that.
I thought it was funny. I thought he did this to both of us, John. Scott comes in and posts the same thing that we'd already posted in the group like
Yeah.
10 minutes later or something like that.
It's like, what the hell?
Hey.
That's typical Scott for you. Trying
That's
to.
right.
He's like, oh no, I'm better. I got this. I
That's
got
right.
this.
Okay.
At any rate,
Go
since we've
ahead
gotten to
with
that
it.
stage.
Yeah.
So it looks like red versus blue a lot. There, you got the Royal Marines and you got the Cossack Empire.
I wouldn't really call it red versus blue because red versus blue
Well, I'm talking about-
means that you're playing Halo.
Well, I'm talking about TF2 also because you're red and blue on that game as well.
Okay, let's just call it
So-
TF2 then.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I mean,
Filtered through the Dishonored filter.
That's what they're talking about. It looks gorgeous. It's got that to me,
Yeah,
it's got that kind of like anime look to it.
Like that
um,
Prince of Persia game. That's kind
Yeah,
of.
there you go, cell shaded. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. That's what. I like that. I like that
It
about
looks
it.
nice, and they're saying in next year you'll be able to play a piece of Battlecry in next year's beta on, of course, the PC.
Yeah,
Can we
but
have an
Battlecry-
alpha at QuakeCon? That's what they need to do.
We'll probably play
That would
some.
be badass if they showed that at QuakeCon and let us play that.
Hell
The
yeah.
thing is that Battlecry is a company. They are their own development studio under the Bethesda name.
Yeah, but then that means they might be at QuakeCon because it's.
They
pretty much-
will be at QuakeCon. We already know they're
That'd
going
be
to
cool.
be at QuakeCon.
We hope so.
So we'll report on that. And,
So are we gonna? Speaking of QuakeCon, let's go on a tangent here.
Yes, we're
Are
going
we
to do it
gonna-
live.
We're gonna
Oh,
do
we
a
will?
live recording from QuakeCon, with or without Ian. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
I think we should have a guest star, your brother.
Oh yeah, Sean. Yeah, we'll have him on. Definitely.
Yeah, what I mean, we could do like a QuakeCon thing. We can include Ian still if we want to.
Of course, of course.
He'll just be sitting there and.
I don't
like-
want to include Ian just because it's Ian.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
So just for the listeners,
I'm gonna text him right
QuakeCon
now.
is
Go ahead and let him know.
QuakeCon is at the middle to end, the 18th through the 21st, I believe, of July. So we do have a little bit of ways, but it's going to come up on here pretty damn quick. So that game looks badass.
It does. I'm excited about it. Thanks
Um,
for finding that, John.
Yeah,
On
definitely.
Facebook.com/group/SuperBarleyBros.
I think that's 5 times that. That is so awesome. We need to keep doing this. I'm going to hold you to this every week, every 2 weeks when we do this.
Well, you know, it'd be even better if you just go to our blog,
Absolutely.
superbarleybros.wordpress.com.
All right.
Hi-yo.
Do we want to talk about what's this craft brew and Q? Do we want to talk about that, or
I don't know. I don't
Because
think anybody was going to it.
well, also, how many really local listeners do we have? I mean, we do have quite a few listener base that's local, but I don't know, John. I'll leave that up to you. It's beer.
I mean, yeah, well, it's beer, but that's about all it is. It's just one of those. It's a small. I say small. I think this is the first year that they've done it. It's basically just a brewing event that's happening down at
Little Elm Park from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday,
yes,
June
thank
14th.
you. Well caught, sir. It is on Father's Day. It's before Father's Day, the Saturday before. So.
Oh, well, that might be our Father's Day present to ourselves then.
Right. Let me know how that goes for you.
I'm dragging your butt with me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I seriously doubt I'm going to be able to get away from that. But that's
Then,
When's your little one due?
mine?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not due until end of
October,
August, 1st of September.
Okay, then I can drag your butt to it then.
Theoretically, you could.
So, Jerry, what's this? Real quick, what's this Street Fighter Assassin's Fist?
Dude, it's
Is it like the Mortal Kombat thing that they did on web series?
I never watched the Mortal Kombat thing that they did on web
What?
series. Well, this is the first I'm hearing about it, so
Yeah, I forgot what it's exactly called, but they did a live-action Mortal Kombat mini web series that they actually released also on DVD. It's got the same chick that played Sonya in the original Mortal Kombat movie. She played Sonya in this web series as well. Kind of aged a little bit, but she still looks good for the part.
oh well, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Absolutely.
This is done through Machinima.
Machinima.
Machinima? Is that how you really pronounce it?
Yes.
Some people say
Machinima.
Machinima.
Whatever.
Data potato.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just really cool. They're talking about who was I forget the guy's name now. The sensei for Ken and Ryu, and I'm only about 3 or 4 episodes. They're like 12, 15-minute episodes or whatever. They've already got like 12 out there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's really good, and the story's good. You know, it looks really nice. I like supporting that kind of stuff because a lot of times, I mean, like Bat in the Sun, right? That's another production company that I follow. They do superhero beatdowns. Kevin Porter's probably one of the biggest Batmen out there. He's like 6'5", and he does a lot of stuff with them. If you haven't watched any of the short films with Bat in the Sun, you should. But I like those kind of things because it's like I don't know, it feels more down to earth, more cool.
It's the way it should have been in the movie theaters.
Do what?
It's the way that it should have been in the movie theaters.
Yeah, you know,
When they made these fucking terrible movies like Street Fighter with a fucking, I don't even know where he's from, Austria or something, as a U.S. fighter, Guile. You have Jean-Claude Van Damme play that part where he can't even speak English that well, play an American part, and you butcher the... That's why I hate video game movies, and I know that they've had some come out in the past that have been pretty good, like Hitman. I thought that was pretty decent.
I haven't seen Hitman.
It's not bad. You should definitely check it out since you
I saw
just
Max Payne.
I've heard mixed things about that. I haven't watched that either.
I've got it.
But it's like, this is what this should have been. And these are people with the true passion. It's the people that know the history, that know the story, that have played the games. Because they're actually creating... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. It definitely holds more true than what the Street Fighter movie did to the actual video game, right? Definitely holds more true to that. I'm not saying that I know Street Fighter, canon backwards and forwards or anything like that, but I like it. Go check it out. Machinima, Mahihmahun.
All right. So that is,
Nice.
of course, news and rant shit that
Took
apparently I
up
give a shit about.
an hour? Is that an hour? I don't even know.
I think so about. That's not bad.
See, that's what Google Hangouts needs to do. They need to put a freaking timer up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
that
usually
we
go
want
about
that.
an hour and a half to 2 hours, so we're doing pretty good. So let's talk about what we have played and been playing. So Jerry, since I brought it up earlier, tell us what you've done.
Splinter Cell Blacklist. Don't got it? Go get it. And go see my review that is done. Easiest way is probably superbarleybros.wordpress.com, and it's episode 6.1, and audio or reading, whichever one you prefer. And I've got some gameplay out on our YouTube site as well, with commentary. I really liked it. Really quick, I have a 1 to 5 scale. I gave it a 5. And if you don't got it, go get it. Don't care what console or PC, just go get it. I'm really, I'm excited about the next one whenever that comes. I am excited about it. Voice acting changed. Michael Ironside, much like Kevin Conroy, will always be the voice of Sam Fisher, and Kevin with Batman. You know, that's just the way it is. But I'm not saying that the one that did Arkham Origins or Eric that did Blacklist screwed it up. I'm just saying that those two individuals will always have a special place in my heart. But I like the game.
Aww.
So when did that come out? Last year?
Yeah, quarter 3, quarter 4 last year.
Okay, because I was thinking that I was wondering if it was last year or the year before, like if they, because you know Ubisoft's going to have their own press conference. That'd be pretty interesting to see if they tease something about a new Splinter Cell on the next gen consoles or something like that. Because
yeah, because this one was not. This was current gen.
I'm not trying to say that it's not as an important franchise, but that truly put that and Rainbow Six has truly put Ubisoft in the position where they're at today with Assassin's Creed. And
yeah, I think
Far Cry 4 being announced and everything like that, it's like those games really, in my opinion, would not exist if it wasn't for these Tom Clancy games that truly define the developer.
Yeah, and speaking of, we need to get together and do some multiplayer because I want to do the co-op and I want to try Spies versus Mercs. I've heard phenomenal things with the Spies versus Mercs.
And you never got to play it on the Xbox, did you? We talked about that. You never played it on Chaos Theory, did you?
No.
Oh my god.
I didn't get Chaos Theory until I think it was already not supported by Xbox Live.
It is. I can't wait to. Yeah, we got to set up some time and do that.
Yeah, and what else have I played? I've tried to get rid of my backlog, like I mentioned earlier. Tried doing the Assassin's Creed. I got through a sequence on that, and then I was like, oh yeah, I've still got Portal 2 to finish.
Well, did you start Thief? I thought we were talking about maybe that would be the next game that you would check out since you like these stealthy type games.
I know, but I was trying to finish stuff up that I'd already started.
I was just checking. I was just asking.
No, I didn't do that. So
Portal 2, I haven't beat Portal 2 either.
I had to reinstall it because it kept on crashing. So I don't even know. I need to go make sure that I hope my save game is still there. If not, I'm pissed.
Would you be a little upset?
I'd be pissed.
It should have cloud saved. It should have cloud saved.
It should have.
Have you not completed the single player or the co-op?
No.
Okay, I would be willing to do co-op again with you.
Okay.
I want to do some actual commentary to see how fucking pissed off we get with each other. Some of the puzzles be like, "Jump, you bitch! Time it right."
So how would we do that? So
so we do fraps, and then I'd have to do Audacity, and we do it.
So we'd have to sync it up. All right.
Yeah, but John and I about like he always threatens to like come over and punch me in my nuts or whatever. There was some times when we were playing Portal 2 co-op, and he seriously, we were both like, "I'm gonna fucking stab you! I swear to God, if you cannot do this at the same time that I'm telling you." It's not that hard.
But see, here's how it works. Whenever you play a game with Scott, it's not necessarily that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's doing it to intentionally drive you up the fucking wall.
To enjoy the experience.
He just wants to get a rise out of somebody. That's all it is.
Who, Scott? Nuh-uh.
Oh my God.
We are not talking about the same Scott.
No.
Especially some of those velocity jumps. Holy shit, that was the worst. The worst. Oh my God.
Well,
yeah,
it had been so long since I played it, I forgot some of the concepts of the game.
Oh yeah.
I had to admit, I had to go watch a YouTube video, but then it sparked my memory of how the game works.
Yeah.
And you know, I love the game. But anyways, so I'm going to try to finish that up, and then that's pretty much all I've been doing.
Awesome.
But speaking of Thief, segue, John.
Not really.
No, there's not a whole lot there.
Talk about, though, where you're at, and you better fucking finish before the next podcast.
I may not get it done.
No, you've
Scott.
got 2 weeks
Whatever.
to finish the last level. You are at the last part of this game.
I realize
you
that.
have nothing else after that. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. You've got to beat it, dude. He is at the end of Bioshock Infinite, Jerry. That's where he is at. He is at the end, but he is having the time of his life because he cannot get past it.
No.
And he is playing at the hardest difficulty.
And I
Not
refuse to
1999
drop
mode. Not 1999 mode, but I think hard or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I refuse to back down from that.
So, Jerry, just to give you an insight, I'm not going to spoil anything for you or
Yes,
whatever,
you
but
are.
it's pretty much him. No, it's not spoiling.
It's like
pretty
horde
much
mode.
him fighting a horde of shit that's coming at him all at once, and he has to defend what his vehicle transport
target.
system that he's on, and it cannot blow up. He is running everything under the sun, from airships flying by shooting rockets and shit to robotic this and that on the floor shooting this and that and blowing. It's like the hardest part of horde mode ever. And he won't drop the difficulty. And I give him credit. I give you credit, John, for sticking to it. But you've got to, seriously, I want you to beat it to talk about next week.
I know you do.
So bad. Ugh. Anyways.
Well, I haven't been on it all this week, if it makes you feel better.
Neither have I.
Well, you have a reason. I've just been jumping.
I've been on TV, though. What else? So you haven't been playing anything else other than BSI?
I played a very short stint of the original Command and Conquer, since I picked that up for $5 the other day.
All 17 games.
Hell yeah. I even had most of them, but since it runs through Origin, it's completely different now. But yeah, I started playing through the original Command and Conquer.
So yeah, Jerry, just an
Red
FYI,
alert.
you picked that up too, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I picked it up. I haven't started yet.
Just an FYI, we'll need.
It's gonna look like shit.
Before, well, no, and that's besides the point. It's all about fun factor.
It is.
We cannot play online multiplayer if you ever want to do that, because those were some of the games that were shut down from the server thing that we talked about on our last podcast. But that still opens it up for if we ever do a LAN party, we can do LAN of those games, and I think you'll enjoy it for being an RTS fan. They're good
It's a fun
games.
game. I won't deny that.
Oh,
It's a lot of
Generals.
fun.
If you want to play a good one, play Command & Conquer Generals. That is
Yeah.
So speaking of LAN party, QuakeCon, is that going to be considered? Can we do LAN there?
Yes, but we have to set up a separate, like, it's a whole lot of lingo and stuff like that. We have to set up our own specific LAN that we have to be on or something like that, John. I forgot how it works.
Yeah, most people that run lands there know some of the not guys, so
All we have to do
We'll
is
see.
talk to them. I think they could hook us up if we wanted to do something, but we're going
Do
to
we
be...
need to bring our own Switch or what?
No.
Do not
You
even
plug
think
right-
about doing
no.
that. They'll take it
You-
and keep it.
You plug into them, and we don't even really have to be on a LAN. I mean, if we wanted to play those games, we'd have to, but any game that we could play online multiplayer, I mean, we're going to be downloading it at 90 megs a second.
Oh, I know. I was just talking about if we wanted to give it a try.
Oh, yeah.
Fast.
Yeah, if we want to give it a try, we can look at asking somebody to see if that's a possible thing that we can do.
All right. Anyways,
Anything else, John?
No, that's all I've got.
All right, so real quick, and I'll make this short because I know it's midnight now. I'll talk briefly. So, Watch Dogs.
let it all hang out.
Just don't feed me
After midnight.
and don't get me wet.
Yeah. So Watch Dogs. I don't know why I wrote sales figures. That's weird.
I did because that's
Oh,
what
you did?
I did that. Let's just
What's up with
say.
sales figures.
Well, you should
yeah,
have
it's
looked
top
it up.
selling, right? It's a
It was-
top-selling game in the pre-order franchise or something like that. Or
It was top selling weekend. Ubisoft they're like Scrooge McDuck right now, just swimming in the money.
Are they up to Rockstar standard yet?
Woo!
Well,
What are your thoughts?
So
Wait, what console are you playing it on?
I'm playing on PS4. I know Ian picked it up on Xbox One. So we're playing the same game. I don't give a shit about what you call it, whatever. We're playing the same game. The store. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil, do anything like that. It's a brand new game. I haven't really been focusing on the story because this game likes to distract you easily, very much so. So you'll be driving.
Slenderman.
Yeah, just like the random noises that we're getting. It's like, wait, what the hell? What the hell? Huh? Cash? I want the money.
Ubisoft just made some money. Look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft.
So the whole thing.
Wow.
The whole thing about this game is your phone, like they've been saying in the trailers from the get-go, your phone is your weapon. You can do anything you want to with your phone. Whether that be something realistic is far from real. Some of the shit that I'm able to do,
give us an example. Let's not spoil it.
Yeah, sure. This isn't a spoiler. It's just a mission that I was doing. So one of the missions that I was playing, I had to be put in prison because I had to go and threaten a guy that was in prison to not rat me out because he knows my face and he knows who I am, and he's going to make a deal with the cops. But he's in prison right now, but he can get out early if he points the finger to the person that did what I did, which I'm not going to say. So I walk into the police station, and it was kind of cheeky in a way. It was just like, whatever. Walk into the station with my gun up over my head in the police station. I walked right through the metal detector, and it made me think of like Matrix. I thought I was going to start going into bullet time and start shooting shit and punching the security guard. I was like, man, I'm going to get to go ape shit on these guys. And all I do is just toss my gun down, and I surrender to them, and they throw me right in prison. Well, of course, there's a guy on the inside that's able to hook me up. When I get my prison attire, my cell phone is underneath. So here's what you can do with a cell phone: is
call people
in a prison.
No, that's not how cell phones work these days.
That's
yeah.
right.
No, not this cell phone. In a prison with prison security that you would think would be a pretty tight.
No.
Security cameras, really? Could you hack a security camera from your phone?
Yes.
In a prison?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the prison up on 380 in McKinney, and we'll do that tonight, right now.
I'll do it right now.
This phone. I've got an app, a free app that does that for me.
Now, there is a Watch Dogs app that I'll talk about real quick, but anyways. So the whole point is I have to hack into one camera that will then pinpoint to another camera that will then pinpoint into the control room that then will allow me to hack the lock on my prison door to let me come out.
That sounds very feasible.
Telling me, right? So, again, I understand it's a fucking game. I get that. I don't care. I'm not bitching about it. I know it's not real. It's a neat concept. It's a neat, innovation into, instead of the Assassin's Creeds and Splinter Cells and stuff where it's all just about sneaky and, making little sounds and stuff like that. This is actually kind of cool because in a realistic world where we're all about cell phones, that is, whatever. But anyways.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
If we are in the Matrix and we are playing a video game, but not necessarily Watch Dogs, more like Assassin's Creed, where we're playing Desmond, who then plugs into the Animus and is in a different world, is that like the fourth level? Or have we just gone Inception on ourselves?
I think we have, and my head hurts now.
I'm about to say, what the dude? I'm on 4 fucking hours. I was like, wait, fourth level. And I'm like, where's that from? And then finally, thank God he said Inception because I was about to say, what?
It is midnight and we are loony. So let's move on.
Real quick. So the thing about the game, though, that everybody needs to check out, though, and
I promise.
John, you'll like it, Jerry, you'll like it, is the side crap that they have you do randomly by hacking other people's phones and listening to sex conversations and hearing them talk dirty about women and stuff like that. I mean, there's this one dude that was talking about his pole was so hard that she was putting his hand between his legs and this and that and the other. I was just like, what the fuck am I listening to? But this is awesome. I want to eavesdrop some more.
This is awesome. What the
and then you
hell
actually got to make sure that this is flagged as explicit and 18 years old.
And then I was reading text messages that somebody was... Yeah. then I was reading text messages that somebody was sending to their friend about killing their mom, and I'm like, what the hell? So
now, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but this is what I've
Yeah.
heard, and I've read this through a couple of sites, that
What's up?
through the profiler, you can actually tell what type of orientation people are,
dude.
along with other
It-
things, and people are actually killing people based off of that information.
Okay, there was a controversial article that did come out this week where there is a group of people, I don't know if they're recording it or whatever, they're actually going out and profiling the minorities and actually murdering them in the game. And that just, to me, is stupid. I mean, now you're taking away the fun factor of what I'm talking about, and now you're making it a easy issue that all these anti-video game people can now have a case and say, well, look what it's doing. It's allowing white people to kill gay people, black people, Hispanic people, whatever. How is this a rightful game? This is a racist game. And I'm like, that's these types of people that fuck us up as a gamer
Right.
and will not allow us to enjoy the game for what it is. And I did see
Yeah.
that article. It pisses me off.
One
Because
of
I'm
the,
talking about
to
the
that.
funny things like sex, like getting drug tested and getting sex, making sure you don't have an STD. That's funny shit to me. Now, when you're doing shit like that, that's just, yeah, because when you profile somebody, you see their name. Like, I posted a screenshot to the Super Barley Brothers, Facebook.com/Super Barley Brothers.
you don't even know it. It's Facebook.com/groups/Super Barley.
Just got called out.
Dang it, Scott.
So, I actually profiled Aisha Tyler, who is a real person. So Ubisoft, I guess, partnered with her because she's going to be hosting their E3 conference like she did last year, and they created her character in the game. And you could tell she's a black female, and it actually says a video game enthusiast as her profession, and then it gives a fake income. It gives the income of everybody. It gives. Oh yeah, she is. A lot of the people they have some funny ones where we'll say one person is a child sex offender when you profile them.
Wow.
I mean, it gets detailed, dude. Every single person you run across, as long as you got your phone out, you can profile anybody. Just it pinpoints every single one, and you see the little bar show up. It's badass.
Oh, she's
And
the
that's
one
the
that does.
thing-
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna say she's the one that does. Whose line is it anyway now?
She does. She is the host of that. She also, John, to go back on craft beer, she's one of the partners on Woot Stout 2.0.
Ooh.
Wait, there's a Wood Stout
Dope.
2.0?
Google Woot Stout 2.0, and you'll see that Aisha Tyler is a part of that on the label.
Nice.
Dang.
Well, hey, so on that profiler,
Yes. So,
I've heard
more about it.
Well, I've heard back and forth, right?
Oh,
so,
HopCon. Yeah, I should have realized that.
part of what I heard was this is irrelevant information. If you're talking about, let's put this in a pseudo real world situation, the fact of whether somebody, whatever, it's just I heard it wasn't relevant information, and then I heard the other side of the coin, and this isn't from the developer or anything like that. This was somebody like us just talking about it, and how they're trying to help you make a decision of whether or not you're going to hack their bank account and go to the ATM to get money. Are you going to hack somebody that has a household income of $20,000? Or are you going to hack somebody that has a household income of $60,000? Right? That was how it was supposed to try to help you.
Yeah.
Because you're about to ruin somebody else's life.
But here's the thing about it. And have I ever questioned myself about hacking somebody to steal money?
Yes.
No.
Because it's
No.
a game.
That of course is the obvious, but I'll go a little bit further. So, in the whole hacking of their money, okay, so it's only on certain people. Whenever you actually see their profile, it'll say you can hack their account and steal X amount of dollars. It'll tell you exactly how much you can pull. To me, income really doesn't matter because I'm going to take that money anyways because I needed to upgrade my money. Upgrade my money. Oh my God, I'm
Get my
fucking
mind
tired.
on my money.
I need to upgrade my weapons. I need to upgrade my. I need to get a silencer for my weapon. I need to get some grenades and shit. So that never really entered my mind. Now, where they could have made it enter my mind was if there was consequences, and technically there are, but it's not as far-fetched as good or evil. Like you make these decisions in a game that are going to define what the end of the game is going to be. If you continually steal money from all these people, you're going to be looked like an asshole. And you should have an asshole type of ending. Now, I haven't beat the game, so I don't know what the story is going to end up like, but...
That's going to be an asshole.
Going to be. Already is.
No, I already am. But the thing that it does is it raises your vulnerability, and this is where the game gets fucking awesome. So as you're hacking people, now, when you're hacking people and you're raising your vulnerability up, you would assume that cops are going to start following you. They're going to start trying to arrest you. You're going to raise your wanted level, just like a GTA game. No, that's not the case in this game. In this game, other people around the world that are playing this game can hack into your game and steal money from you or attempt to steal money from you that you've been stealing from fake people.
What?
And that's what makes the game badass.
All right. Thank you for that.
So that's Watch Dogs. Anybody that's interested in it should definitely try it out. I know people have been bitching about the PC version. I don't know anything about the PC version other than they put out some patches and they've been doing some stability upgrades and stuff like that to make it run better. I don't know
Are the
if that's
patches already
true.
out?
Yes. A couple of them. I don't know if they're continuing. I don't know what the
Gonna have to
feedback
wait
has
till
been from
next payday.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm going to wait till it drops in price, probably.
Yeah, that you could, you know.
I don't know.
And their multiplayer modes are standard, but they're different modes. Like you have your 1v1 hacking, like I was talking about. So if you just don't want to do any side missions right now and you just want to hack somebody that's been doing bad shit, you can just have the game load up. You know, it'll be looking for a person to hack into their world, and then once it pops up, you can agree or disagree that you want to do it. In the meantime, you could be doing missions and stuff like that, but it's constantly trying to find somebody, which I think is awesome. Then you have your multiplayer races with cars, which I guess they had to throw that in there, being a GTA-type open world, so you could race cars if you want to. They have another one called Tailing, where you just go into somebody's world, and you actually have to have them, like in Assassin's Creed, Jerry, where you have to follow somebody, and you have to eavesdrop and stuff like that. In this game, for a tailing is what they call it, you have to follow somebody and have them visibly in your sight, and they have to try to find you. And it's usually in an area where you cannot be in a car, but you're in a shitload of people. So I actually got one successful one down. I actually hid behind a pillar and just crouched down, just this random dude just hunkered down. And I'm just peeping out the side of my view right here, and I got him in my sight. He's running all over the place and just getting crazy. Pretty
See,
damn
that's
funny.
the kind of stuff you should frap.
I can,
Excuse me, sir.
I'm going to start doing that because I've actually recorded some video that I'm going to extract from my PS4, and I'm going to put it up on here and actually and going to edit it a little bit more.
Talking
Because
about
they have this new movie editing tool on PS4 called Share Factory. It's pretty badass, where I could add music and commentary if I want to. It's kind of like Fraps, but it's like taking Fraps and putting it in the movie maker like Jerry did with Splinter Cell. It's pretty
Why's
sweet.
everybody got to be frapping?
It's just what we do. What
So,
we do.
and I'll end this quick. Transistor, I beat it. It's
You
cool.
won't.
You guys haven't played.
Are you gonna do a
Bastion yet.
review? You've got 3 months off. Do a freaking review.
He
I don't
should.
do-
I want to see a review out of Scott.
I do.
Alright. Well,
You haven't
I have
done
to-
one.
Do a review. You've done.
I've done a review.
for
Elder
the
Scrolls
other
Online.
I said lately.
Oh, okay.
And then post it to superbarleybros.wordpress.com.
Okay. I will do that for my next one then. I got some good screenshots. I'll do that.
Sweet. Looking forward to it. Sir.
Mario Kart 8. It's awesome.
Is that Wii U?
Yeah. I want you guys over. We got to play sometime. It's a blast. Yes, it is Wii U. And I know...
I don't have a Wii U. I have a
I
Wii.
know. The only selling factor I can say about Wii U, but again, I know that you guys are both going towards the PC now, which is fine. But the Wii U is compatible with all Wii games. So anything that you own for the Wii works on the Wii U. All your nunchucks and all the motion controlled shit and everything like that works on the Wii U. So, and the Wii Fit balance board works on the Wii U. Everything that was on the Wii works with the Wii U. which I actually like.
Everything on my Wii works on my Wii U as well.
I'm glad your Wii works.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, we hit the bottom of this bottle. It's empty now.
I know. I promise you one last game because I played it right before we got on and did this tonight. You guys need to go on Steam. You need to download this game. It's another free-to-play, but like you were talking about that Battle Cry, if you want something that's like Battle Cry, download this game. It is a fucking blast.
Well, if you're talking about that one for the PS4, for
no.
I've
This is
done
on
it.
Steam. This is on Steam only. This is like Matrix.
What's it called?
It's called Guns, Gunz 2, the second duel. Download that game.
Why not?
It's
I already own it. How do I already own this?
It's free to play. It's free
Oh,
to
that's
play.
yeah. They always say you already own it if it's a free to play.
Play the tutorial. And Jerry, unfortunately, it is not controller compatible.
Dang it!
But it's okay. The tutorial is very well done. You could run up walls. You could do Matrix type shit in this game, and it is awesome. Now there is a pay thing that you can do to create more characters or whatever. I created one character. I've played 3 matches. I suck at it compared to other people, and there is some bug issues that people have been talking about. But this game is seriously, if you just need a dumbass game just to watch because of how badass it looks, because you got swords and guns, and you're just shooting like the Matrix, and you're running all over the place, it's awesome. Highly recommend check. Just try it. It's fucking free. You cannot go wrong.
Sure you
It's
can.
awesome. No, you can't. I promise you can't.
You can.
I think you guys will like it. I want to try to set up a night to where all 3 of us can play it, and I think it could run on Ian's. I don't know I don't know all of his PC specs. It doesn't look.
It's not like we couldn't ask him.
Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't
you know
look
what?
amazing, but it does look good.
He has a better PC than he's letting on, in my opinion.
Okay.
And we need to try. Speaking of free to play, we need to try Ghost Recon Phantoms too.
That's also on Steam. I forgot. I need to get that downloaded new. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all in on that note, Guns.
We got one more thing.
Second duel. All right, what's up?
Okay, so one more thing, since this is pre-E3, right? So, that starts in well, now that it's Sunday, officially, it starts in one day.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm not getting any sleep.
Our group page is going to be shit on with all of my posts that I'm going to be doing while I'm watching these conferences.
We'll leave that to you since you're.
Oh, my gosh. And he is off, John.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Get ready for a mass amount of links.
Just do it collectively. Why don't you use the blog and then just do this. Do
Check out the blog today.
Hour 1 update and post that into facebook.com/group/Super Barley
but I
Post.
can't just hit share. It's so easy if I'm holding the file to hit share.
Dude, I am not going to scroll through a full
Read
day's
the
worth.
headline. That's all you got to do.
Oh my God.
Jerry, it's going to happen.
We
Hey, they
got to
might-
put a disclaimer out there. Sorry for all the spam. No, I'm just kidding.
They're probably going to be showing The Division. That's what
I heard that was delayed.
It is delayed, but they're saying, get ready for what we're about to show you guys from The Division or something. So I'm sure it's
stoked about that.
it's like they showed
ready.
in another.
To show you all now.
Well, what they show us last year was like a tech demo. So they might show us another set of tech demo, but maybe like a level or something like that. I'm interested in that game. It looks really good.
Well,
Reminds me of Rainbow Six.
so Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. So let me
7 o'clock.
translate that. That is 11:30.
7
Central.
Pacific. Oh,
No,
you're
no,
right,
no,
it's
no,
11.
no. 2 hours after us.
It's right.
Okay, so anyways, Microsoft, and
Yep.
then 12 p.m. Pacific, EA.
Mhm.
3 p.m. Pacific, which I probably will try to watch live, is Ubisoft, however you want to pronounce that.
Mhm.
6 p.m. Pacific, Sony. And then
I
Tuesday,
thought it's 4 p.m. Pacific, Sony, but okay.
I got this off of IGN's latest
No, that's
website.
cool. That's cool.
Nintendo starts Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Tuesday. Nintendo's actually doing something kind of cool. They're not even doing a conference. What they're doing is they're doing a daily, like, here's an hour of us introducing something new. They're going to do a Smash Brothers Day. They're going to do some other kind of like reveal day or whatever. They call them Nintendo Direct, which I think is kind of cool. One cool thing for you guys, since you'll be at work, and you won't be able to like stream, or I don't think you'd want to stream the video. Twitch put out an app on their mobile.
How I can take down my Office's network.
Right. So Twitch, their mobile app, just had an update push, and it allows for you to not have to. And a lot of the E3 conferences are going to be on Twitch, and this mobile app update will allow you to do audio.
Like Twitch is going to be doing this crap.
Fuck it, man. They're the wave of the future. That's the wave of the game and future.
I don't care.
Well, if you don't like
about
that,
Twitch,
IGN will be doing live, and they will also be doing replay. They'll keep it all up on their schedule, so you only have to go to one place. And if it was something in the past, you click on that schedule, and they'll have the video to replay. So whichever medium you want, Twitch or IGN.
What do you not like about Twitch, John?
Oh, we don't have time for this. Tuesday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm excited about this segment. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Destiny.
Wait, did you say 12 p.m. to 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, these are all the games they're going to show on Tuesday. Okay. I'm sorry, I was like 6 hours of fucking Call of Duty? Oh my god.
Yeah, well, they're just going to play the whole thing for us.
Alright, go ahead.
You guys enjoy this game. We're busy.
Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, and Borderlands, the prequel sequel.
The prequel sequel?
I haven't even finished either one of the Borderlands one, but Assassin's Creed Unity and Far Cry 4. There we go. And Arkham Knight. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare actually looks pretty freaking tight. And Destiny, I'll be honest, and I really don't know a lot about that one.
If you want to know something about it, somebody I doubt they accidentally, but somebody on the PS4 uploaded Twitch, and I don't know if it's been taken down since, but they've been playing Destiny, and they actually showed what Destiny looks like on the PS4.
Well, now that you announced it to all of our listeners...
Oh, it's been all over.
And the NSA, now it's down.
It's probably been, I don't know, it was earlier today.
I'm kidding. I was trying to make it like we were important.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 12:22.
I think we're pushing about 2 hours on this podcast.
Shit.
Sweet.
Nobody's going to listen to our asses.
No, they're really not.
That's okay.
And
I'm
you know
kidding.
the problem is that if we were, we needed to be even drunker.
Sure.
We should have a disclaimer. You should be 2 beers in prior to listening to this podcast.
In trouble for anybody who's listening, that'd be awesome. All right.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to our podcast. Please ensure that you are drunk before you begin.
and not driving.
Or at least 2 beers in.
Yeah.
Anything else though about E3 from IGN?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a big week.
Big week.
I hope because like everybody was talking about, like Ian was talking about all the trailers being released early and everything. I still think there's gonna be a lot of stuff that we don't know about that we're gonna be told, and that'll be here in the next 48 hours.
Yep. So
just to close this out, I am Scott at Flip42 FL1P42 on Twitter, Twitch, and if anybody's interested in doing a doc to put our usernames for all of our consoles and stuff, we should do that so we could kind of keep a good community going. And who's next that wants to...
Well, we've already got a doc up on...
Oh, I keep forgetting you have that closer. What the fuck am I doing this for then?
Wah, wah, wah.
So, thanks for listening, and always look to the stars.
What?
Because that's where it all is.
Good Lord.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I don't even know where to go with this. In fact, I don't think I want to go with this.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh my God.
All right, so thanks for listening, guys. I know this is a long one, and Ian's not here, so that's kind of odd that we went and Ian and I didn't talk the entire. I know, right?
We went longer than if Ian was here.
There we go. All right, guys. Enjoy E3 this week. I know I do. So we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Scott, you have control over when we... You've been listening to the Super Barley Brothers podcast. Join the conversation utilizing Super Barley Bros on WordPress, Podbean, YouTube, Google+, Gmail, and on their Facebook group. On iTunes, Super Barley Brothers. Leave any kind of comments, questions, suggestions, concerns, etc. Individually, we can be reached on Twitter, Jerry, JD_Shep, Ian, Fiend75002, also on Twitch, John, Phoenix42, that's PH03NIX42, and Scott, Flip42, FL1P42, also on Twitch. See you in a couple weeks.